So ladies and gentlemen, without further much ado, allow me to welcome none other than Dr. Andrew Waititu, not the alias Baba Yao, but a pharmacist Waititu. Karibu sana daktari.
So good afternoon. So it's a privilege to be among the stakeholders here, making this presentation on digital supply, the digital technology supply chain. So my presentation actually is on the current trends that we can use to digitalize from the traditional supply chain to the digital supply chain, so that for more availability. So let's go direct to the slides. So the traditional supply chain, some of the challenges where there is lack of end-to-end visibility. So as you can see in the traditional supply chain, there is no visibility between the manufacturers and the consumers or retailers. So there is lack of end visibility. You cannot, it's hard to deliver the information. There's also fragmentation and integration. There is no integration. I'm sorry about how the slides are, but about how the points are arranged. So there is no information integration also. So you know, in digital supply, the information is in one source. So there is no information integration in traditional supply. Next slide please. So we believe that the adoption of digital technology can improve the efficiency and transparency of the supply chain. So as Kenya, we are growing in ICT industry. Kenya is one of the fastest growing countries in ICT industry currently. With Safaricom, so far the Communications Authority of Kenya, there are 43.3 million internet subscribers in Kenya. So, and these subscribers, they are using internet for calls, for shopping, as I was speaking to one of my lecturers and mentor, he was saying that, you know, also in pharmacy, we need to integrate it like a business. So, as we integrate as a business, we need to integrate this as a business so that we can improve the supply chain. So next slide. So what is digital supply chain? So digital supply chain, I'm sure this you have been told by the previous speakers, whereby we use automated features and digital networks and trackers in all the supply of digital supply, and some of the aspects of digital supply include the digital planning, digital supply, digital manufacturing, and the logistical solutions. Next slide. So I came across this. And this depicts the future. I like to call it the future supply chain, more than the digital supply chain, more than the future supply chain, whereby the supply chain tower is the control tower of the digital supply chain, where all information is integrated through the supply chain tower. I'm sure you've heard about servers. For example, the server that is being told to be opened. So, nasikia wanasema fungueni server tuone. So, this is an example of the control tower. So, this is where information will be integrated, all the information in the digital supply. So, this supply chain tower is like the heart. This is the heart of the digital supply, where everything can be tracked. As you can see, track and trace everything can be tracked through this supply chain tower, where there is an engine, data analytics engine. So we need to encourage this in the coming pharmacists. It's also in education. I know we have stakeholders here in the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, and also Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, whereby some of the healthcare workers need to be trained in technologically wise. For example, you know, they say they have many units, but you know, also some of these units be introduced. For example, programming. For, you know, to use this digital supply chain, we need training of healthcare workers. So it's one point that I gathered as I was doing research on digital supply chain. Next slide. So this is a traditional supply chain. As you can see, if you can compare to the previous one, you see that there is lack of transparency, because before the customer can communicate to the supplier the change of demands, it takes more time. As you can see, it takes more time. wastage of resources, and also there is lack of transparency, communication, and collaboration. So next slide. So these are the growing trend of technology in Kenya that we need to embrace. So as a pharmacist, in your chemist, wherever you work, also those who are in school, wherever you are, so this you should acknowledge yourself with some of these digital supply chain techniques in Kenya. So we have the online pharmacies nowadays that Kenya is boasting. We have My Dawa, Good Life, where at the comfort of your home, they can reach the patients for medications. And we also have mobile applications. There are mobile applications, for example, the In Supply Health, who were here before. They spoke about mobile applications that can be used to track, and also the Quality Farmer, the doctor who presented just before. So these are some of the ones that are used, the Stock IQ monitors. And also Kenya, I believe Kenya is a very blessed country. And although right now they are saying maandamano, I believe that Kenya, we are really going far. Especially unite our voices together, we join this technology. You know, as healthcare, the healthcare business, we do not use technology, so we should, I guess, embrace it and continue. So we have also telemedicine services, whereby there is Health Exxon, and also the KMPDC also registered 23 hospitals to provide telemedicine services to patients, whereby the patient at the comfort of his home doesn't need to reach the physician. So instead of online talking, FaceTiming, at least they can FaceTime, live chat with a medical practitioner, and they can be provided for the services. So there's also digitalization to avoid the losing of stocks, GPS tracking, radio frequency. So those are some of the trends in technology that are in digital supply chain, and we encourage that everybody should be a part of them. So the next slide. So the future technology. So as I've said, that Kenya is a regional leader in terms of ICT, and the government has really invested in network. As in Kenya, kukikosa Wi-Fi ni kama kosa stima. Like if you have lights without Wi-Fi, you understand. In Kenya, like the internet has really gone up. So we can use this technology. The government can leverage that technology to reach the universal health care, to finalize the universal health care coverage. So, next slide, please. So digitalization challenges. These are some of the challenges. You know, every good thing that comes, there must be challenges. So some of the challenges is aversion to change. So some people may be resistant to change. For example, it might be training. You know, training is hard. Some of those people who have used the digital technology know how to use them is a bit difficult. So this can be, the solution is to create a plan and train employees to help successful implementation. Also poor integration of this digital supply chain may bring problems in the supply chain. And for successful communication, coordination, and good visibility, proper planning is really needed before integrating this digital supply chain. So my other slide. So thank you for the opportunity. I believe my presentation has ended. Yes, it's the end of my presentation. It was short. I made sure it was short and sweet. That no sync time. So next. Short and sweet. So yes, thank you for the platform. If you have any question, you can connect with me in LinkedIn and ask. Maybe we can join forces and maybe you want to collaborate. Yes, thank you.